ローズです。マリーです。ローズマリーです。ローズマリーがお送りするモリモリウェディング。マリー、今日は何の日か知ってる？今日ね、結婚式。外人さんとシマルが結婚するの。国際結婚？秀文のあだ名が外人さんで、めんどくさい。ここ決めるところよ、大切。秀文が外人、シマルが歩み。やだ、素敵。確かに恋もフルーツもジューシーがいい。まずはやっぱり男が必要ね。ちょっと私のコメント軽々しく見てるでしょ。じゃあ重々しく見る。重々しいのは嫌だ。重い恋愛も嫌。今日は特別な二人にお祝いのメッセージがあるの。とりあえず見てみる。というわけでレッツウェディング。
This movie Rango is very entertaining for me, and I know it's very entertaining for kids. Is there a balance where you're like, oh, okay, this is getting out of the range of the kids, so let's reel it back some?
Well, there's a kind of, there's certainly that level of irreverence that you're sort of shooting for, that kids and adults both somehow respond to. But there were moments when you went, this might be a little too over the heads, for the younger set.
Now, speaking about younger set, you have two kids. Did you think about them when you were shooting the movie? Like, would my kids get this?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do things that would make my kids laugh.
A long, long journey where it always felt good just to be still doing what you love doing.
Yeah, I mean, I was very lucky that I sort of took, I was in, weeks out, so I was never there for a sort of 6-month stretch solidly, as I know, Daniel was obviously there for the whole thing. So I can understand why it was a little more wearing on a few more people, certainly. Yeah, I enjoyed every minute. I was very lucky that I was sort of brought in as and when it was needed. So yeah, I had a great time.
I know the main cast with Lord of the Rings, when they'd finally finished their shoot, they sort of felt like they needed some sort of bonding experience, so they all got tattoos.
I suggested this to the whole of the cast. I said, look, they've had the zeros or the ring tattooed on their ankles, I believe it was.
Yeah, I think it's Elvish for 9 or something like that.
Yeah, some kind of sign, something like that. And they were only together for what, 3 years? And I thought, come on, we've been together for 10. We've got to go a stage up and get, I don't know, a Slytherin crest or a Gryffindor crest on your shoulder.
I'm sure a lick-on would be fine for
Well, that's what we ended up going for. Yeah. Everyone kind of wimped out by the end of it, so there were no lightning bolts on anyone's forehead just yet.
This was good, but how was that?
Yeah, it was it was actually okay. It was just the anticipation, I think. But neither of us were kind of looking forward to it.
Come on.
I know, it sounds crazy, really, because Emma's amazing, but...
because you're friends, and it's such a strange thing to do with a friend?
I've known her since she was 9, and it just doesn't feel right. It's just kind of something quite unnatural about it.
So what was it like kissing Mary Cattermole?
Oh yeah, that was different. That was actually quite strange. She was pregnant at the time as well, so that kind of added a different take on it. But
no, it's cool. I'm just curious if maybe you had borrowed anything from set to keep, hypothetically speaking.
Oh, okay. This is code. No, I asked for permission to actually take with me Hermione's time turner, and from the third movie, and the cloak, and my wand. So those are my 3 things that I took with me.
Now you mentioned you might be going back for reshoots. In those reshoots, hypothetically, could you be thinking, maybe I want to take something, my future, my adult, my grown-up sort of clothing?
Yeah. Jani Tamimi is the costume. I think she's very. That's her job. I wouldn't get involved like that.
I'm just going to ask because Hermione seemed to be the brightest always here. If she was an influence on you, and you've just been talking about these other people who have been influencing your teacher in your life, and do you think Hermione has influenced the way you look at the world a little bit, or is it just that
I'm sure
you've
she
influenced?
I think it's both. Like, parts of my personality have slipped into Hermione, and parts of her personality, I'm sure, have like unconsciously affected me. I'm sure. I'm positive that playing her has had an influence.
Okay. How much of that is in the current movie? How much of that is in the current movie, in that you very much blossomed and come to the fore in this one, haven't you? A lot of people being making to that point.
Thank you. I think this Hermione is the closest Hermione to my own personality. Definitely.
배용준 씨 이름을 딱 호명했을 때 가장 먼저 떠오른 사람이 누구예요?
김종학 감독님이요.
아, 그렇군요. 예. 정말 참 다들 고생 많이 하셨죠.
네네.
근데 많은 분들이 좀 개인적으로 배용준 씨에게 궁금한 점이 많아서 그런지 이 질문만 꼭 해달라고 그러네요. 혹시 독신주의자세요? 독신주의자 아닙니까?
아, 절대 아닙니다.
예.
그럼 혹시 이상형이 어떻게 되세요?
잘 모르겠어요.
여성을 좋아하는 일반 남자랑 똑같은 거죠? 예. 아, 예. 하도 뭐 스캔들도 안 나고 뭐 그래서 어떤 분들은 농담 삼아 지금 지금 또 축하의 꽃다발을 건네고 있습니다. 자, 배영준 씨 그러면은 참 곤란한 질문이 될 수도 있는데 결혼은 언제쯤 하게 될 것 같아요? 그냥 느낌에.
제 느낌에는 한 3년 안에는 하지 않을까요?
예, 알겠습니다.
3년 안에.
예.
結局何が言いたいのか全くわからなかったけど、いよいよ二人の登場。再登場するの？オープニングは和装だったでしょ。次は何か。やだ、和装できて和装だったらどうすんのよあなた。モリモリモリモリウェディング和装よ。バイバイ和装。